Hello and welcome to the Winnipeg Jets Postgame Show presented by Budweiser. Well, to steal a line from a popular 2000 movie, Gladiator, were you not entertained?
Wow.
Trevor Kidd joining me tonight, and we are going to break down what was a very entertaining
How much time
game
do we
here
have?
in Canada Life Centre. The Winnipeg Jets coming up short, though, in a shootout 6-5 to the LA Kings. Right away, though, we, as always, promise you some player interviews, and we're happy to have Nino Niederreiter join me. So we're going to get right to it. Thanks so much for coming out so quickly. You know, your first game as a Winnipeg Jet, obviously a lot of attention played to you going into this game. What did you think of your first game?
I mean, it was definitely a lot of stuff happened out there. I mean, it's tough to describe, a lot of emotions going through, but it's too bad we lost tonight. Obviously, that would have been the icing on the cake if we would have won the hockey game. But I mean, I feel like we did a lot of good things out there. It was a high competitive game, and it was definitely entertaining.
I know that, I don't know if you heard me say that. That was my quote from Gladiator. Were you not entertained while watching this one? For you, I know that obviously, I mean, you haven't been here for some of the recent struggles, but just your sense from being in that room too, do you think that you like the way that this team responded, particularly after the practice that you had yesterday with the very vocal Rick Bowness?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody knows exactly what's on stake. I mean, we want to climb that ladder. We want to get up there where I feel like this team belongs. I mean, there's a lot of high-end skill, but you could see tonight, and I feel like the work ethic was there tonight as well. And if we work like that most of the night, we definitely get a lot of wins.
For you, quickly, just when you're trying to adjust to a new team for that first day, the first couple days going into it, what is key for you? Whether that be communication, video, how do you approach it?
Definitely a lot of video, a lot of communication. Just simplify as much as you can and try to read off each other. I mean, I feel like I was playing with a lot of different centermen, so that wasn't quite easy as well. But I mean, overall, I feel like everybody's on the same page and everybody wants to be successful out there. And I mean, work ethic goes a long way, and if you start, then usually a lot of good things happen.
And finally, did you hear the Nino chants out there?
I wasn't sure, no, but it was definitely exciting, and the fans were definitely very welcoming. So it was very cool to see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it, Nino.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we come back, and such a great personality. Already, you can just tell if he wasn't already a fan favorite, quickly became it in this game.
Second period with a big hit.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's take things back now that we have that interview out of the way, and we will take you into the dressing room momentarily to hear more from Winnipeg Jets players. But let's talk about this game. There had been so much attention on this team. Obviously, the way that they had played in the last few games, but in particular the last couple games at home, there had been a lot of attention for it. Very vocal practice, as I mentioned in that conversation with Nino yesterday from Rick Bowness. A lot of yelling, go, move, whistles, go hard. So, and it's not often that we've heard him be that vocal this year. Overall, do you like the response that you saw from the Winnipeg Jets tonight?
Well, what I like about Nino's comment there was, yes, the highly skilled component. I think you saw that tonight from the Winnipeg Jets. You saw a little bit of secondary scoring. You saw scoring from the back end. So two components that we've been talking about for a long time. You saw that here in tonight's game. Certainly some of the skilled guys factored in as well. But the work ethic, he mentioned that. To me, and I agree with him, it starts with the work ethic. It starts with the effort. It starts with the hard on pucks, the quick on pucks. And yeah, this game had a lot of ebbs and flows and ups and downs, a bit of a roller coaster, certainly entertaining as you mentioned. But when you start peeling some layers back, I think that'll be the first thing. And perhaps the only thing, the important thing that Rick Bowness will take from this is the work ethic was real good here tonight.
All right. Well, Ansei Kopitar, what a game he had for the LA Kings with 4 goals in this one as well. But for the Winnipeg Jets, it was Josh Morrissey that got things going. And, you know, we talk the importance of secondary scoring, but when a team is in a slump like this, you need your leaders to lead the way. They have to find the back of the net. Obviously, that's something that Morrissey has done well throughout the season. He did it in the first period as well with a couple of different types of goals.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like what he did here. A few plays, and this one here in particular, I mean, we've seen him drive the middle part of the ice with his backhand there, but just finding the shooting lane, getting it to net. Now, listen, that wasn't an exact shot on goal there, but he got it to net with traffic, as I mentioned, found that shooting lane, which is also important, and you saw here tonight, LA did that a ton. interesting part about this goal there is Scheifele doesn't give up on it. This is a great angle on it. Watch this bang, and he's going at it, and jars that puck loose. That battle, the compete, if the work ethic isn't there, that goal doesn't happen here. And then this is just we've seen this a few times here. Just a great shot. Copley didn't have a chance. What I liked about that play, though, is before that happened, Josh Morrissey had taken the puck down the side wall and had made that play around the boards, eventually coming back to him at the point, and has that big ripper under the bar. But Josh Morrissey certainly was a huge factor in this game, huge factor early in this game. And again, what we talk about with that secondary scoring from the back end, we saw that a ton when you think about the early part of the season, October, November, even in early December. But it's been a little bit lacking here in the last bit. It was real great tonight.
A big night for Josh Morrissey, 2 goals and 2 assists. As promised, let's head into the Jets dressing room. Let's hear from Kevin Stenlund.
Kevin, obviously not the result guys were looking for tonight, but what do you take from this one against the Kings? You get the secondary scoring, you get the offense rolling a little bit, but what do you guys take?
Yeah, I think we played a lot better than previous games. We forechecked way better, skated well better, so we got to bring that to the next game.
Is that enough to change the mood a little bit, giving you guys some positive things to work with, or not quite still?
It's a tough loss, but I think all the guys fight hard, and obviously we got to bring that to the next game too.
Kevin, describe the effect that Nino Niederreiter had in this game.
Well, he comes in with a lot of energy, and it's great to have him here, so we're happy about that.
It seems like he really fired you guys up with the scrum after the hit. I mean, and it's an unfortunate result, obviously not a deliberate head hit, but it just seemed like in the building, fans, and on the bench, that really energized you guys.
Yeah, I think we had the energy all game, and obviously that sparked it a little more even. So yeah, that was a good game.
Did it that energy that was lingering? Did that help with the shorthanded goal?
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe, I don't know. It was a good pass by Lau, so I just got to put it in.
Excited to get one though. I mean, I know it had been 12 games for you. We had a lot of talk about company scoring. I mean, how important is it to have that element down the stretch here for your group?
Yeah, obviously everyone score, and it's great when bottom six can contribute that way too. So it's obviously we want everyone to contribute on their own way.
We've heard a lot about your shot. It's a nice confidence boost to kind of get one and maybe kind of freeze you up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's been thinking about the pass a little bit too much maybe, but so now I was happy seeing going in.
Considering how hard your team worked on, I guess, fundamental elements like net drive, intensity, and pace, how well do you believe you applied that to the game tonight, Cal?
Well, just overall, I think our energy was better today, and skating wise, and battles, and after that, the goals will come. We just got to bring that every night.
Thank you.
Kevin Stenlund with 2 goals tonight, 1 5-on-5 and 1 shorthanded as well. 16:31 was his time on ice this evening. The Jets down a centerman with Pierre-Luc Dubois not playing in this game. He had been a game-time decision, was what we were told this morning, but he did not take in the lineup, which is why Nino Niederreiter spoke about having to play with different centermen and different lines as well. But let's talk a little bit about Stenlund and what we saw from him. The secondary scoring right there, but then also to be able to contribute with the shorthanded goal. His first shorthanded goal of his NHL career, and then also his first 2-goal game of the NHL.
Nice effort there. I actually thought Copley was going to get pulled here. The 2 goals, Connor had a bad angle goal. This one here was a bad angle. He was going down way too early. Stenlund comes out of that corner there, and Copley is down. And you'll see it here, another great play. You watch here, Copley, the LA netminder's already down. And, I mean, it's a great shot. But I thought this was the end of the night for Copley. He stayed in there. And this is a great effort. I mean, what I like about here, I mean, Adam Lowry stays with him. For a guy that's battling to score, 33 games or so, that is a high confidence type of pass. And to be under pressure like that, big moment in the game here, and you're going to watch the pass here. Great saucer pass by Adam Lowry. Confidence there right on the tape. And again, Stenlund, bottom 6 type guy. You think you might corral it maybe, you might fumble it a little bit. That was a nice play, just taking that shot or that pass from Lowry, and a nice little one-time snapshot to beat Copley. So Stenlund, that bottom six, right? Scoring like that, the defenseman being a part of that scoring as well. If you're bonus, you'll look at that again with the work ethic and the energy that we're hearing from some of the players here now after the game. Certainly, coach will be looking at the scoring and where it came from.
Yeah, disappointing that given the leads that they had in this game and with the way things have gone recently, that they weren't able to get the 2 points. But 1 point, I mean, still critically important for this team, especially when you look at the standings. Seattle won tonight, Minnesota won tonight, Calgary's in a battle right now with the Boston Bruins. They were down by 1, trailing after 40 minutes. So every point just so crucial for this team, but also to get that good feeling back in the room, some of that confidence of being able to score. All right, let's head back into the room now and hear from Josh Morrissey.
I thought we competed super hard, played well, some tough breaks, puck goes off a ref, and I thought we played really well in that game. Obviously, you give up 5 goals, and you don't want to do that, but I don't have a huge problem with the way we competed and the way we played. There's some mistakes clearly that we need to clean up, a couple tip goals and stuff like that. But the compete was there, the effort was there, and I mean, it's a team we're fighting with, an intense game. You get the lead, you want to keep it, but we played really hard, and considering the last number of games, we're going to build off that.
On your first goal, pardon me, Mark Scheifele's beside the net whacking away, Morgan Barron's beside the net and other times whacking away. Was the whole message get to the net front, keep it simple, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, although there's 10 goals scored in that game, it's starting to get more intense. You got to get to the net front if you want to score, and we haven't scored a lot 5-on-5 lately, so that's usually where your first look can be, is for getting guys to the net, and you said it, there were guys there, so we got rewarded.
Josh, how would you describe as Niederreiter's influence on this game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was great, physical, obviously. I thought tough call on that one. Guys a lot smaller than him and kind of leaning down. He's a big physical guy. He's makes a lot of little plays, competes hard. So, he brings all those intangibles that you want this time of year. And, we've seen it enough in the Central when he was in Minnesota and Nashville to know that's the type of player he is. So he's just going to get more comfortable, and I thought he was great.
When he had to go to the dressing room as a result of the minor penalty, the illegal head hits, the guys seemed really fired up as he was heading down the tunnel there. Just describe the atmosphere of what he generated in terms of energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first game. Obviously there's a lot of changes in his life in the last couple of days, so to have him kind of come out and just play hard, and like I said, he wasn't. I don't think he was trying to do anything but just make a solid hit on the play, and unfortunately, like I said, smaller guy, and was kind of bending down, but just that intensity, the physicality that he brings, he gets in the scrum after, he all the things I described in your last question, that's what he brings to the table, and I thought he showed that tonight.
That was a moment.
As Josh Morris said, and as you had said beforehand, certainly things for the team to build on. And it's game 61 of the regular season, so past the point of moral victories, everything, but with the way that things had gone, needed that positive feeling back in there, and hopefully this is something that the guys will continue to build on in their next game against Edmonton.
Well, it was, quickly, it was interesting, the afternoon interview with Todd McClellan, the head coach for the Los Angeles Kings. He spoke about his team right now, and it was interesting to say, as an individual, not worried about points, they're not worried about accolades, they're not worried about the playoffs, they're not worried about next week, they're worried about right now and what they're doing, and that's systems, and that's attitude, and that's the approach. And that's what I like about Josh Morrissey's interview there. It's about attitude, it's about the mindset, and that little, again, moral victory, the way the team's been playing, you can build off of something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's head into the Matt Frost Media Center and hear from Rick Bowness.
On your team tonight?
Huge. I mean, he's a solid top 6 guy. We got to get the power play going clearly, and he was good. The role we asked him to play in the power play, he did a good job in the bumper position. That's what he is. He's a big guy that goes to the net and finishes checks. I thought he was, for his first game with us, I thought he was very good.
Would you describe the energy on your bench?
it was an unfortunate result on the hit to the head, but the ensuing scrum seemed to inject a lot of energy into the building and on the bench. Just from your point of view, describe the place.
Like we always say, it was a hit. It's part of the game. If they come after one of us, they come after all of us. Our guys got right in there, didn't hesitate. So that's the good. But that's going to happen for anybody on our team. They come after us, they come after all of us. But it certainly did energize the team and the building. It was great.
It seemed early guys like Morgan Barron, Mark Scheifele, Niederreiter as well, all got to the net. They were hacking and whacking right on the doorstep. I mean, obviously, I guess that was the message from you, but who were your leaders? Was it those guys or guys I'm missing? Or?
No, all those guys. A big part of we had to attack the net tonight, and that was a big thing we did yesterday and this morning, just attack the net. And I thought we did a much better job of that. And we got to keep doing it. That's where the good greasy goals are scored right there. You got to get in there.
How would you describe the mood after doing a lot of good things right, including that? But then, I mean, those bounces.
When things aren't going your way, this is what usually happens. We got to just keep. That was a good sign tonight. They don't always automatically go your way, so we just got to keep. We got to build on it, and we're going to have a tough weekend with Edmonton back to back. But if we play as hard as we did tonight, then we'll be okay.
Power play got some looks, but what was your evaluation of it today?
Not good enough. No, it's still not good enough. The puck doesn't move quick enough, and when it does, we're okay. When we hang on to it and look around, no, it hasn't been good enough.
Rick, we've talked about complementary scoring a lot. What does it mean to see Kevin get on the board and for your bottom six to
Yeah, we needed
a
a big game from Kevin without Doobie out there. His role went up and he responded. Did a great job on the penalty kill. Obviously that goal early in the second after they scored was huge for us. So Kevin did a great job. Again, all of a sudden his minutes go up, his role goes up, and he responded tonight. Give him credit.
Quick one, obviously, it's your last game before the deadline as an experienced coach. How do you handle the next couple of days?
We just focus on what we got to go back to work tomorrow. That's all we're going to do. Good. Thanks.
We're going to go back to work tomorrow, and they've practiced Wednesday and Thursday before they fly out Thursday to Edmonton, as he mentioned. I mean, it's going to be a tough weekend for them. They've got back-to-back games against the Oilers. Let's talk a little bit before we get going just quickly about Connor Hellebuyck. And the last start that he had against Colorado Avalanche did not go his way, really through no fault of his own with the goals that were given up for it. But for him to come back, he was a key player in this game, as well as some key saves for it, especially when you look on the penalty kill.
Key big saves.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's hard to look at it that way. He gives up 5. But he was sharp throughout. There was early part in that first period. The shots were 9-2 for LA, and he was sharp. He was on it. His rebound control was pretty good. He made a lot of good saves in tight tonight, in and around that blue paint. And LA it would have been a tough game for Connor Hellebuyck. You saw the goals that Kopitar was scoring. There was a lot of
greasy goals.
Right, Los Angeles was putting pucks to the net as. Rick Bowness is trying to get the Winnipeg Jets to do, and there was a lot of action around there. There was the shot pass type situation where it's a shot, but it's not on net. They're looking for that tip in front of the net, and that's a real challenging type play for a goaltender, and a goaltender that's coming off of a rough game too, to have that type of anticipating those type of plays in around the blue paint, but also high in the slot that we saw. And there's again another example of some real good rebound control. So Connor Hellebuyck was real sharp, made some big stops tonight, and certainly was a big part of. Again, when you talk about the bottom six getting in on it, the defenseman being part, Josh Morrissey, you need your number one goaltender to do some good things, and Connor Hellebuyck was that here tonight.
Yeah, he was. All right, let's take a look at the Winnipeg Jets next. Game is coming up against the Edmonton Oilers. It is on Friday, the back-to-back games. Look at that first fast back for you. Trade deadline, as we heard Rick Bowness
Boy, this
ask
is going to be
about.
an interesting couple days,
it was such
Sarah.
a busy day across the NHL. Obviously, Kevin Cheveldayoff making a big acquisition with acquiring Nino Niederreiter on the weekend. We'll see whether or not there are any other moves planned for the Winnipeg Jets right now. The home-and-home series, McDavid, it goes without saying, as he hit the 50-goal mark.
Just going to have to worry about that, right?
You have to be cautious about him. And stay out of the box was our other one. When you look at the Edmonton Oilers power play, I mean, they can be so lethal 5-on-5 when you look at the way that they're able to produce off the rush. But certainly you want to be disciplined when playing against this Oilers team.
No doubt. I mean, that'll be in the next couple days. The focus will be certainly, as Bonus said, get back to work. But for the players, you'll be watching that trade center. You'll be glued to it.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the weekend. As soon as that trade deadline's over, the focus now switches completely to the end of the season and the playoffs.
Yeah, so that is it for this 3-game stand for the Winnipeg Jets. They came up short tonight in a shootout. Horrid 6-5 was the final in this game, but they do get back at it. A game you do not want to miss Saturday night here at Canada Life Centre when those Edmonton Oilers come to town. As always, so great
Thanks,
to
Sarah.
have you here. Glad that we had an entertaining game with lots to talk about for it, and that'll continue to be the case, I'm sure, as the month of March gets going. Thanks so much for joining us. This is the Winnipeg Jets Postgame Show presented by Budweiser.